What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Brown here with HauntScene, and I'm here with my lovely co-host. Not here yet. She's walking my dog. So sorry for the late start. She's walking in right now. Here she comes. There she is. Put the headphones on. Melissa Lukac, everybody. Good timing.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Hello.
Hey. So real quick, introductory, couple things. Welcome to the show. We do appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully we sound okay, not like a submarine like we did like last week.
I hope that, yeah. Nice shirt, Johnny.
Yeah, that is a nice shirt.
Yeah.
We match?
We matched. Look at that for once. That's awesome.
Before we bring on our awesome guest, let's go ahead and just give a very quick shout out to the Pumpkin Man film, which is going to be an independent horror film that will be releasing here in early September, September 5th. We got to meet the fine folks, Rick and everybody, with the Pumpkin Man crew at Spookala. Not last weekend, but the weekend before. Super nice people, and we want to support local stuff like they do. So make sure you go to Instagram.com/pumpkinmanfilm. Give them some love.
All the love.
All the love.
All the love.
Are you ready for the show?
I'm ready for this.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think I'm ready. How are you doing?
Good.
You having a good day?
I'm doing great.
How was the walk?
It was very nice.
Was it good?
It was good, yeah. We
Oogie
walked
enjoy
all
it?
the way around the block. Oogie loved it more than I did.
Absolutely. I mean, what a lot of people don't understand is my dog actually thinks when Melissa comes over that she comes over just to walk him.
Just to walk him.
Not
even
the
do
show.
The show.
No, just to walk him.
Oogie, and that's it.
All right, let's go ahead and bring on our amazing guest. I'm going to go ahead and unmute them.
Let's do it.
John LaFlamboy. There he is.
Hey.
What's up,
Hey,
man?
guys.
What's up?
All right.
How you doing, Johnny? How you doing, Melissa?
Doing
Thanks
good.
for
How you
having
doing?
me.
Thank you for doing this. So, John is part of. He owns Zombie Army Productions, right?
Yes.
And you've been
I
doing
do.
this since like 1998.
Yeah, professionally, 98. Walked out of college with a thesis in hand and
Wow.
started right out of the gates.
Oh, that is awesome. We're gonna bring up the website in a moment so you can check it out. But that was 2 years after I graduated high school.
I was only 7.
You were 7 years
I was
old.
7 years old.
That's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and take a look now. What we do in the beginning, John, is let me make one little adjustment real quick because your thing doesn't want to go off. Hold on one second. We're going to go ahead and turn you off. Oops. That doesn't want to work because we're doing the thing live. That's right, we can fix it live. Okay, so we do a little bit in the beginning called the elevator pitch, where I get to be lazy and I just let the guest introduce themselves and
Sure.
and talk about you. So let's go ahead and go to that. The elevator pitch with John LaFlamboy. So now we're gonna go ahead and put the camera on John, and he's gonna give us all of his dirty secrets and everything about him.
Wow.
Yeah.
All the dirty
all the
secrets.
things. I can't wait. This is the
Yeah.
best
How
part of
long
the
is
show.
this show?
Well, it is 1 hour-ish.
We don't have enough time for all my dirty secrets, kids.
That's why we're doing a elevator pitch. So if you were to meet somebody in an elevator and you were to introduce yourself and tell America what you do, what would you say, John?
Sure. I'm John LaFlamboy, and I am lots of things. But first and foremost, I am weird. So that has led me to many, many paths. I am an actor. I'm a director. I'm a producer. I am a haunted house owner and designer and operator. I also own and operate a adventure park, paintball and airsoft, and a bunch of other little things. I'm kind of a serial entrepreneur that lives in the creative world. Started as a theater kid, and at the end of the day, all of those things I do, at the end of the day, I'm just a storyteller. And I'm just looking for places to tell stories.
Heck yeah, that's a really good elevator pitch.
I know.
I want to buy what he's selling.
Same. And you know what? Being weird is awesome.
So theater kid, did you have a favorite role?
Oh, in theater? Oh my God. I always enjoyed how they found a place for me in musical theater because I can't sing at all. But I was a boy, and they always needed boys. So I think I just always enjoyed where they were going to stick me in musical theater. But as far as roles, I got to say, I had a real lot of fun just recently. I did the play Dying for It at the Den Theater. I'm an ensemble member at the Artistic Home in Chicago. and I was Aristarch Dominikovich Grand Skubik of the Russian intelligentsia. And I had a really good time with that role. It was a very physical comedy role, and it was this kind of like noises off, built on a foundation of Russian existential dread. And it was tough work, but I loved it. So I'm going to go with my most recent role is my favorite, because that's the one I've been recently in love with.
All right, fair enough. That's cool. And I went down the rabbit hole today because they do a reality podcast series, which is amazing, the Days of the Dead, and it's so good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like I know you more. Him and we've met in passing a couple times at like Transworld and stuff. But like you got to watch the videos. They're like Pringles. You can't just watch one. So I'm gonna bring up the website here. Already getting some love in the chat here. There's a certain shark-related person in here, Alex. John LaFlamboy, I'm a big fan of your work. Can you sign my poster? That's awesome.
I love you, Alex.
Jason, I look up to John and how he does things, right? We got a little bit of love from a couple of our friends, too, that look up to you. So let's go ahead and bring you up here. And that's the contact information. We'll get to that in a moment. This is what I want right there. Okay, so if you go to zombiearmyproductions.com, this is like the hub where you can get into everything. So everything that John is involved in here. They've done a Chicago zombie prom. I was looking down. They did an Orlando zombie prom apparently years ago.
Orlando zombie prom?
Yeah. I wish we would have been a part of that.
Is that a prom full of zombies?
Can I get a second?
It's a prom full of zombies and a zombie rock band.
That's awesome.
It is kitschy. It is corny. It is sticky. And it's a lot of goddamn fun.
That's awesome. The adventure park, like you mentioned, and where I first met John. John's one of those people where like you walk by and like, oh my god, that's John LaFlamboy. Like it's him. Like they do that, like he's like a "do you know who I am" kind of person, But he's very like me.
Kind of like us.
It's like he's another John. It's crazy. But I know from the amazing Hell's Gate. And I'm going to get back to Hell's Gate because this haunted attraction, which is in Rockport.
Lockport.
That's it, Lockport, not Rockport. Sorry, I said that with an accent.
Is Hell's Gate the haunted house you run?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome.
And it is so good. It is holy crap good. I didn't get a chance to do Statesville, which a lot of the Statesville people now work at Hell's Gate, which is awesome.
Where's Hell's Gate located? Again?
Lockport, Illinois. Chicago area.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there we go. So go to zombiearmyproductions.com, click on all the things. Here's all the things that they do: production design, set design, building and painting, prop creation, sound and lighting, dog walking, catering, whatever you need. John,
all right.
That's awesome. So definitely go in there. There's merch. Watch these videos. Watch the Days of the Living Dead here. Do you have a plan to do more of these, or was that like a pre-COVID thing?
No, we've been doing Days of Living Dead. This is our 10-year anniversary.
Okay.
So yeah, for the last 10 years, I've had a microphone on me, and cameras following me around for a good part of the year. It follows us from the inception of our season, talking about designs, where I'm showing my terrible pencil sketches to everybody. Comes with us to Transworld, to really get that full experience. And then through our build season, all the way through training and character training and acting training into the show. It is a behind the scenes of Zombie Army and now Hell's Gate Haunted House.
Oh, that is so cool. All right, speaking of which, no more delay. Let's take a look at Hell's Gate. It is so good. Now Hell's Gate, I'm going to bring up the website here. Just go to hellsgate.com. Once again, get to it from the Zombie Army page. This haunted house is amazing, and I have some questions about it before we get into the official questions for you.
Sure.
So how old is this haunt? Like, how long has Hell's Gate been around?
So we opened in 2016. So when you came and saw us, we only had 2 seasons under our belt. We were brand new babies.
Gotcha. Now, is it a quarry?
Yes, it's
Okay.
on an old limestone quarry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like there's a huge like gravel parking lot, then there's the queue, and then you literally walk down this winding path. It's the one of the most unique outdoor queues I think I've ever been in.
That's Hell's Gate Prison, right?
Hell's Gate,
It's just Hell's
Haunted
Gate.
House.
No.
Just a haunted house.
Hell's
okay.
Gate was
Yeah.
one at Horror Nights.
That's right. Gotcha.
That's right.
Gotcha.
We're getting our haunt wires
Get
crossed.
my haunt wires mixed up.
We got Horror Nights on the brain. But Hell's Gate, and then when you get out of this quarry, and you can go and watch the videos, you can look at their trailers, and then actually Grim Life Collective was there, and they did a
Yeah.
walkthrough if you want to really check it out. But it opens up, and then you just see this mansion, and it is the biggest, most elaborate thing. And like they had a bunch of guest characters for like the Midwest Haunters Convention bus tour. It was like an unbelievable night.
I want to go. I want to try it.
Yeah. It was really, really good. It was really, really cool.
We had 2 guest actors that night. 2.
Oh, you had like 1,000 people there.
Yes,
Like, there were
we
more
have
characters than people.
We have an incredibly large staff in Zombie Army. There's about 500 members.
Wow.
And on any given night, like last year, we did average night was about 170 actors per night.
Wow,
It is a actor-based haunted house. I am an actor myself. I'm an actor designer.
Wow.
I believe in the people over the things. So yeah, everyone thinks we loaded the box with all these guest actors, but
wow.
we only allowed 2, and it was 2 of our friends that, they come and guest act during October with us. So
Sylvia?
that played. But we wanted people to see our show. We didn't want people to see a conglomeration of other people.
Gotcha. It's so good. There's like a slide. There are things to crawl in, and it's just.
Oh, you slide down and crawl
indescribable.
up things?
Yeah, there's a literal slide.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it a touch haunt? Or no, like interactive haunt?
Interactive, yes. I don't think it's a touch on.
Oh, okay.
Interactive and immersive, but no, we do not touch you.
Okay.
Gotcha. Very cool.
We're here to entertain you, not violate you.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so we're just gonna take a look at a couple of pictures just so you can get a feel for this. It is so good. Oh man. Go and if you are in the Chicago area
That
and you
is
don't do
amazing.
Hell's Gate,
Wow.
literally it's they will pull you over if you drive into Chicago during the haunt season and you try to leave Chicago without doing Hell's Gate, they will give you a ticket.
They will pull you back in.
Yeah.
Bring you to this haunt.
So good. I love that. I think this is my favorite room with the stripes and the
Oh yeah.
yes, just
The
so good.
the twins room, absolutely one of my favorites.
So good. Hey, look, it's Sharky. We know Sharky. Ah, so good. So definitely go to the hellsgate.com. Look at all of the things. It is so good. And all of the contact information is here. Now, I noticed you still got the dates here for 2022. Do you know when you'll be putting out your dates for this year?
Yeah, I was working with Chad Savage today. We've got our dates. We're about to throw them up this week sometime. So everything should be going up. We like to do early ticket sales, and I'm a big fan of discounts. I like to make sure I have a ticket for everybody. I know not everyone can, afford full price tickets. So we do half off tickets before we open for all of our Hell's Gate fans that want to take advantage of those cheap tickets. We'll be putting those on sale in August.
Yeah, and I was looking. You do a promotion in the haunt. Are you still doing the key?
Oh yeah. The Key is one of our favorite
Key.
games here at Hell's Gate.
What's the key?
So if you buy, I apologize if I don't explain this right, but my
Sure.
understanding when I was there, and I actually bought a little keychain because I didn't actually find the key. But if you go to the haunt and you find a key, you get your tickets for free.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you find the key? Just find the key.
There
within the haunt?
are well, I don't know in 2019 if you were doing like a specific room, like a key room, or if that was after that.
In 2019, when you were here, we had a key room where you had to search through all the crates and
And
find
like
the key.
like pipes and things, and yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Stick your
Since
hands
then,
in
though,
things? Oh.
last year I changed it, and I've made it more of a digital interactive experience where before the show we post a photo of the keymaster, and that'll be a character that is walking the property the entire night, and you have to find the keymaster, and then the keymaster will ask you a riddle based on the lore of Hell's Gate. So it really is for our Hell's Gate fans that read all the stories. If you've ever been through one of my haunted house websites, I'm a big fan of creating at Hell's Gate. We have the study page where it's got all the little Easter eggs and story bits. And also, I like posting all these origin story videos, my black and white series videos that show the origin of the house and the characters before it all turned to darkness. So if you study the show, the characters, the storyline, then you'll pass with flying colors. You'll answer that riddle, and your ticket will be free.
Oh, that is so cool. So it
Very
gives you
cool.
incentive to follow up and learn more about the. That is so cool. Now, if you had to break the story of Hell's Gate down into a couple sentences, what would you tell people that were interested in coming and check out the haunt?
It's just a couple of sentences. What I like to tell people is Hell's Gate is not just a haunted house; it's an adventure. You start by taking a school bus down Murder Road. You get dropped off into a vacant lot, in which you then have to walk into the forest at night. And people don't like going into the forest at night because things eat you in the forest at night. It's in our DNA. After you go through the trails, the graveyard, around the actual swamp, around the cliffs, then you have to walk up the hill just to get to the front door of the mansion. Once you're in the mansion, every single room has a secret passage. It really is on you to find your way through and navigate your way through. You'll take the slide down to the basement, get through the dragon caves, and hopefully you make it out alive. And visit our gift shop, and then get a drink and sit by the fire and do Halloween-y things and
S'mores.
watch movies on our giant big screen while you
Focus,
sip your
focus.
beer and talk about your experience.
I'm down.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's amazing. We got to go back. I mean,
That
it's
sounds like
amazing.
a lot of spider webs I can run through in the forest.
There might be a spider or two. There might be some bugs in there.
Maybe.
Just saying.
That's a chance I'm willing to take, Johnny.
So
Let's do
so
it.
if we ever come back, I'll let you know. She's definitely afraid of spiders. So put all the.
All this with the creepy crawlies.
You just need to wear a badge. Scare me with spiders. Awesome. All right. Well, I can't say enough nice things about this haunt. Like we were talking earlier, Hell's Gate was one of those haunts that I walked out, and I try not to put one haunt over another because I just want to promote the industry. But it was like I have this like weird mental Mount Rushmore, and this is definitely one of the haunts that was like immediately ingrained itself on there. I can't say enough good things about it. It was just
Thank
so
you,
good.
Johnny. Thank you.
And we've done a
Means
lot
a lot.
of these.
Thank
We've
you.
done 120 haunts, so you know we've been around. We've seen a
I would
couple
love
things.
to go there one day.
We will.
Yay!
I can't
promise.
wait for you to see it again. If you saw it in
Yay.
2019, I can't wait for you to see it now. It is a different world now.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe I'll make a little side trip when I go up to Detroit or something like that. So, yeah, we'll do that things. Okay. All right. Are you ready for some questions?
Yeah, let's do questions.
We've got 10 questions and a guest bonus question.
Guest bonus question.
Yeah.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of I tried to do a little bit of homework with a certain person, but we'll see how it goes. All right, John, are you ready for 10 very deep, life affirming questions?
Yeah, let's get in there.
All right, here we go. 10 questions with John LaFlamboy. All right, 10 questions and a bonus question. And I might have a couple side questions as well because I actually have a question.
Yeah.
Did you at one point have a shark head mounted to a wall like a trophy?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not crazy. Okay, that's
No,
gonna,
still have it. Still
okay.
have it.
That's
Why?
that's
Where'd
gonna
you get that from?
because I remember it being the weirdest prop I think I've ever seen in a haunted house, and it was on like a balcony. And and I'm like, this haunt's super detailed. I wonder if we're going up that balcony. Nope, it's just there for window dressing. I've never seen a shark head mounted to a wall like a trophy. So, yeah. So I'm not crazy, Alex. By the way.
No, you're not crazy. That came from I stopped at Unit 70 one day.
Oh yeah.
And I was buying a bunch of props, picking some stuff up, and I'm very impulsive. And they had a giant shark head on the wall. I'm like, hey, what's that? And they're like, oh, it was from an old project, blah, blah. I'm like, how much? And I bought it right off their wall. Just took it in the trailer.
just yeah. Just Unit 70. Unit 70. They had our friends from Ominous Ascent posted that big, huge animatronic at Transworld, and it like went super viral.
Oh yeah, I
So
remember.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Unit 70. All right, into the questions. Here we go.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask this first one, Melissa.
How has the industry changed since the starting of Zombie Army Productions in 1998?
Well, I mean, The internet. Let's start with that.
That's true. Yep.
When I started, websites were like an orange homepage with driving directions on how to get there, and maybe their ticket price, and maybe the calendar. So really, and I've been, a big fan of taking advantage of, the World Wide Web and bringing my story to people, to their homes, to their phones, to their businesses. And a lot of times I know they're sitting in class at school. I love being able to get my story to them before they come to me, to really start seeding all of those fears, really, apprehensions. I want them thinking about it before they get here. So that's been a huge change in this industry, is just how things have moved in the digital space. And the other one, and this goes right back to, the internet, is people are more informed. When I started this business, in 98, I could have a zombie sitting out front of the haunted house with guts coming out, and a 10-year-old kid would see that and run and scream. Now that same 10-year-old kid walks up and starts poking the intestines, going, "What is that made out of? Is that silicone or latex?" They're so informed. You just gotta, understand and appreciate that we have an incredibly informed audience now. And the old gags, the old gimmicks just don't cut it. You have to constantly innovate, constantly push that line, constantly see what's next. Because these aren't just, fresh-eyed kids who've never seen any of this before. Their video games are showing them horrific things on a regular basis.
Awesome. Now, so 1988, because 1998. When I'm thinking of the web, I'm thinking, did you have like a GeoCities or like an Angel Fire website with like the animated GIFs?
Oh, and if you had an animated GIF, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I made something move on our website, it was like, oh my God, we're doing it now. Look how high tech we are.
That's awesome. And hopefully people can load into this with dial-up.
The big blocky computers that we had in school that we used. AOL.
Heck yeah, man.
Right?
Fun times. Yeah.
All right.
America Haunts. That was the first America Haunts group back then.
Ooh. Well, that's probably, Did you have a MySpace page?
Was MySpace
Oh,
a
hell
thing?
yeah, I had a MySpace.
Was it a thing then?
Yeah.
I think MySpace
Really?
didn't pop in until what, like 04 maybe?
Yeah,
Like early
this
2000s.
is predating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody had like a website and like their own blog.
I just had an email. I had AOL. I didn't have anything until Facebook. I didn't have MySpace.
Wow.
So
you sweet summer child.
I remember the became a fan of, not the like button,
Gotcha.
sort of thing. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, getting into the haunt stuff. Have any real life experiences had an impact on your creations?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm constantly weaving in real life experiences, real life fears. I like traveling a lot. I'm a big fan of traveling, and just going out there and experiencing the world, experiencing things that are terrifying. I like to do things that scare me. Not theatrical things, but like real life terrifying things. And so yeah, I absolutely bring that stuff in constantly.
Oh wow, I'm kind of a scaredy cat when it comes to the real life stuff.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
No, same here.
I'm good with. Like, hey, you want to go bungee jumping? No. You want to go
don't-
swim with sharks?
Yeah.
No.
No.
You want to go
Yeah,
skydiving? No.
Parachuting?
Yeah.
No, I'm good. No. Yeah.
These are some of my favorite things. You guys are nailing. You could be my tour guide.
No, hey,
Wow.
you want to play with the Ouija board? No, thank you.
So.
No, I don't do that. I don't
No,
play
we
with
don't.
Ouija boards.
Okay. All right.
We don't
Born
touch
and
them.
raised no fool.
Yeah, there you go.
Boards.
Nice.
We do not touch those. Nope, no, thank you.
So I would imagine, obviously, we don't want anything to happen to John, but when it's 120 years from now, when John the Fanboy finally passes away, his tombstone's going to be like huge, like a huge mausoleum with all the stuff.
All the stuff that he's done. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, next one. Go ahead and ask this one, Melissa.
Are there any concepts that you have had to retool or abandon based on how crazy the idea was?
I'm a big, it's like, I don't know how crazy, as much as like I'm a big believer in swinging for the fences and just failing forward. We have absolutely had ideas that we thought were going to be great, that were just terrible. It's a constant, it's like you want to always push that line, but to push that line, you got to be totally okay with failing. You got to be totally okay with having egg on your face and going, oh shit, that doesn't work. I mean, I've had seasons where I've built incredible rooms where I spent all this money, and then as soon as I get to, I dress up every single night. I'm in costume every night. I'm in the show working every night. But one of the main things I do is I like to follow the audience to see how they're experiencing everything, right? And if I get to one of those things that I thought was going to be a great design, and I could feel the energy just die, it's like, we got a busy night tonight. As soon as they're all gone, we're gonna have to get in here and do something. So yeah, I mean, I'm all about experimenting, testing, pushing, failing, learn from those mistakes, and then refine and move forward. So yeah, that happens a lot. And sometimes I'll design something that might be too dangerous, and we'll have to pull back on
Too
that.
dangerous.
Uh,
Life-threatening, yeah.
So
Releasing live goats in the haunted house might not be the thing to do.
Well, that sounds amazing.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, could you release dogs? That'd be great.
Doggos?
Doggos. I wouldn't mind getting chased down the hallway by a bunch of dogs. I'm good.
Bunch of corgis.
Bunch of corgis.
Rabid corgis.
Their stubby little legs.
Yep.
Yes.
Have never seen that in a haunt before.
Yep. Take notes, John, for this haunt season.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I did notice, and I heard you talk about this in one of your videos, is how the flow of the haunt is like a story, and it has to have continuity and actually like flow like a sequence. And that is a pretty stark contrast to, and nothing to take away from any other haunts, but some haunts it's just like slaughterhouse, sci-fi, clowns in like
clowns.
3 different rooms, and you're like, that's cool for that haunt and that's what they want to do, but that's not really the direction that you go in.
Yeah, no, we call those collage haunted houses, and I've been to some great ones. It's I don't take anything away from them. It's just not what I'm interested in doing. I'm a storyteller, so everything here is we are all slaves to the story. The story will guide the way. It's our guiding light. Anytime you have doubts or questions about what to do next, always go to the story, and it'll guide your path. So we definitely, the entire path, the trail, every character, how you move through the house, it is all very much a linear experience through this story, and through the kind of erosion of this mansion, as the darkness is taking over. The deeper you go, the worse it gets. And I just find that for me, as a producer or a director, I have a lot more fun telling that story. My actors, I feel, have a lot more fun playing inside of that world, because they're all connected to everybody. Every character has a relationship with other characters. Some of them have alliances. Some of them, are enemies. And no matter what happens, you could be, killing it 1 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night, and running low on gas. But it's that connection to that story that could give you that couple more things to play with. So yeah, everything is about story for me. Hell's Gate is a full linear story, beginning, middle, and end.
Nice. And another thing that I observed in the videos, and this is like, it was like preaching to the choir. One of my biggest pet peeves in a haunt is when you run into the group in front of you, or the group behind you runs into you. And we've done a lot of these, so we go at a fairly average, brisk pace to absorb the haunt. But that is like the biggest mood killer, and I know that you do things specifically with Hell's Gate to avoid that.
Yeah, no, I always say, like, yeah, story is what grounds us, but math is what feeds us. Everything is about math here. There is an equation for every single night. We have super slow, medium, fast, and hold on to your ass. And we spend the majority of our energy every night in that, keeping those groups separate. And we design our houses for it. We design all the sight lines for it. I don't want you to see the group in front of you. I want you to feel like this is an intimate experience. Of course, my optimum group size is 4. I love a group of 4, and I will fight for those groups of 4 to go slow until the tent gets to a point where I have to speed up. And there'll be many times I'm hearing it on the headset that we got to speed up, and I'm just like, hold the line, hold. If you got here on time and early, I want to make sure you're one of those groups that gets to go through in that small group, in that intimate experience. I want you to feel that you're in this world alone against all of this. So we work real hard at it. Our actors are trained for it. The rooms are designed for it. And then I have checkpoints throughout the show that will then split you back up, because no matter how hard you work, there's going to be some kid that goes cat in a bathtub and just throws their hands and feet up against the wall and doesn't move forward. And then we have to kind of like manually, inspire them to go forward. So no matter what, someone's going to mess up the flow. And that's why we have these checkpoints that'll then put you back in your smaller group and reset you with space in between. We fight all night, every minute of the night, to keep those groups small and intimate. But obviously we are a big haunted house. We do lots and lots and lots of people. So if you're coming on that 3rd, 4th, or 5th Saturday of the year, well, you made your own life choice, and there's very little I can do.
Yeah, getting some love here from South Florida. Our buddy David Agricious in here.
We've had a lot of intimate experiences.
Yeah, who gave Melissa a very intimate experience last year.
We got really close, actually.
In a good, scary,
in a good way, of course.
We're still scarred.
They didn't kill me. Yeah, so that's good.
So you got fans from all over the place. Awesome. Next question. Okay, so I think you've touched on this a little bit. As a matter of fact, I think you actually just answered this one. What is the most important thing to you when it comes to the guest experience?
For me, I think I started out in this business thinking one thing, and it took me a couple minutes to realize that you cannot scare everybody, but you can entertain everyone. And that's what I'm looking for out of that guest experience. I want to make sure that guest had a great time, and it doesn't need to be jump scare after jump scare after jump scare to get them there. That's why we love playing with improv comedy. We love creating characters that are your allies. We love playing games with people because we're here to entertain you. You're coming here to be entertained. This is an entertainment venue. We are in the entertainment industry. And so that's what I'm looking for more than anything. That someone came here, had a wildly entertaining night, and absolutely thought it was worth every penny they spent. That's when I'm thinking about my guest experience. That's the number one thing for me right there.
Oh, yeah.
If I got you screaming, great. If I got you laughing, just as great.
All right. Melissa, go ahead and ask this one.
Do you find yourself gravitating to a certain room in the haunt? If so, which one and where?
So I roam most of the night. I roam, right? I'll end up in the front 2 rooms a lot because the front room is where we do our big theatrical show, and that's kind of where we're setting the pace for the entire night. That is the main gear that grinds. So that those front 2 rooms have to be perfectly timed, and I am compulsive about it. Down to the seconds. Like I will be in their ears on the headsets, going, "You're 5 seconds too fat. You're 5 seconds too fat. You're 3 seconds too fat." Really fine tuning, because if those rooms work right, it sets up every actor in every room for the rest of the experience. So they're pivotal. I have an amazing team in those front 2 rooms. I love my team up there. Last year, I felt like I didn't have to push them anymore. I just got to play with them. So that was great. Jen Menchaca kills it in that front room. But I did create, there's this little scare spot, this tiny little pop out. It's not much. It's like a little triangle big enough for my body to fit in. And I love going there when I start to feel low energy. I start to feel the night's really worn on. It's been a long weekend. I love going there because it's, for me, it's just like, it's this perfect physical thing I get to do, where I get to do just a basic lunge scare through one hole. And then I can pivot my body 180 degrees and get that same group on the other side as they come out the other side.
Oh, that's cool.
I love the idea of hitting that same group 2 times and just falling into that kind of muscle memory. You know, you're just doing this physical movement thing. It gets all my energy back up. You know, it gets my sweat going. I like to finish the night there too, especially if it's a long night. I like to finish in the house, finding a good scare spot to finish with the kids.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. All right. Do you have a particular favorite moment of the haunt season? Like just before or after or during where it's like it sets in, you're like, okay, it's game time, or do you have any moment like that?
I mean, I got two. One, the moment the leaves start blowing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in Illinois, fall can drop on you anytime between early September and late October. So when I see the leaves blowing in the air
Oh, yeah.
in September, I get excited. It's going to be a good year. So there's something that happens to me. I get very excited because it's like Chicago, we're kind of like religious zealots to good weather. We will be wearing shorts and t-shirts in 40-degree weather. We will be in the beer gardens and on the beaches as long as we possibly can because we know winter's going to be long and hard. So if it's 70-something degrees in late September, I got problems, you know, because no one's thinking about haunted houses. But if I get that early chill in that mid-September and the leaves start blowing around, people start thinking about fall. They start thinking about haunted houses. I get excited. I love that moment. My second favorite, though, you know, we work here all year. We're here all year building new stuff, creating new stuff. But there's nothing like that first training night when all the kids show up. Because, you know, we could work all year and build really cool stuff, you know, cool monsters, cool walls, whoop-de-doo. It's not a show and it's not alive until the actors show up. And you could feel it, you know, it's like you could feel it. It's like we walk through these empty halls all year long and they're empty. And once those kids are in there, it's like they're the heartbeat, you know, it's the blood flowing. That gets me excited. You know, everyone's there to have a good time. No one's working at a haunted house because they have to. So yeah, it's exciting when that first training day, that first dress rehearsal, when we get them in there.
Oh, nice. Now, speaking of which, your crew, the family, the people that work there, you absorbed a whole other haunt because you had Statesville up there, and Alex came from that. I actually watched a little video where the Statesville prison, the characters show up at Hell's Gate, and they were, you know, they kind of melded. So it's awesome. It's like an all-star team. That's actually where Alex was originally. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex just said in the chat. For me, it's the smell. There's nothing like the Statesville smell. Hell's Gate smell is different from the Statesville smell. Well, unfortunately, you never got a chance to do Statesville.
I haven't done. Yeah, you've done Hell's Gate. I haven't done either one. But Alex is at Hell's Gate now.
Yeah, they're all at Hell's Gate. Well,
they're all at Hell's Gate.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. When I shut down Statesville, I made sure I brought every actor, every technician, every single person that worked at Statesville. All came over to work at Hell's Gate.
Gotcha.
And we just built a super team. I mean, Statesville, we'd done Statesville for 24 years.
Wow.
We had people that had worked in that haunted house for 17 to 20 years, veterans. So for Hell's Gate, which was a baby, you know, it's like we're only 5 years old at that time, to bring that whole Statesville staff over, to merge them in, and then also to create a story that justified all of them being here. You know, because I'm bringing those icon actors from Statesville that the Chicagoland knows so well. They have their own fan clubs. To bring them in, I had to create a storyline that made sense as to why all those prisoners were here. That was some of the most fun I've had as a storyteller and as a director, making that video, getting to merge those two teams together. And wow, did we have a good year last year. It was so good to have everybody here.
Awesome. That's so cool. And you just have one of those infectious. John's a glue person. Like, people just surround him. You know, it's just awesome because when you can kind of tell, like, when he's talking and watch the videos, everybody's just like hanging on every word. So you're just one of those people that brings people together, and we love it.
Good positive
thanks,
energy.
man.
We love that. Thanks,
man.
All right.
Hey, Sharky's still watching, so I'm going to do a sneak peek. Sharky, check this out. Check
What?
this out, Sharky.
Hey.
Check it out,
Oh, that's
Sharky.
cool.
That is cool.
We're working on new stuff, and you're in it, Sharky.
Oh, wow.
Working with Chad Savage today. Working with Chad Savage. New
Chad-
T-shirt designs,
He's
new
amazing.
poster designs,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's Sharky's first time finding out she's in it. So
That's
Oh,
awesome. Yeah, I
man.
can tell by her reaction.
Alex, are you serious? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw you up.
Do not throw up, Alex.
Don't throw up.
All right, question to chat. How many scenes do you try to switch up every year?
So it used to be, we're trying more like a percentage of the overall show, so we're trying to do around 25%.
Oh, cool.
Now that was a lot easier when we were at Statesville and City of the Dead, because they were all in a building and it was contained. Hell's Gate is sprawling. It is so big. The experience now for the customer is about 45 to 50 minutes now. So we can't do as much as we used to do, because like right now we're building an entire cabin out in the woods right now, a full-size cabin. It is an endeavor. It's not just building a fake cabin inside a haunted house. Like, it's the real goddamn thing.
Awesome.
So we're building these huge things, and right now we're more expanding our show. Is kind of the big thrust we have right now, with expanding what we're doing outside, with like giant mausoleums and cabins, and then inside, of course, we're altering a bunch of stuff interior, but we're always trying to do 20-25%. But the bigger I make this place, the harder it is to get all that done in 1 year. But we start building, immediately. We were building in November, and I've had a full crew working year round, full time since November this year.
Yes. Oh, right. Next one. Do you personally have a favorite prop or mask or costume or scent or all the above?
Oh boy. I played several characters, so there's a bunch of different characters I like a lot that I like to play. I actually am personally, I'm actually a big fan of Sharky.
Okay.
I love watching Sharky work as a character. I think it's amazing and beautiful and dynamic, and I think it's a wonderful departure from the typical big burly dudes working in the front line, scaring you with just big burly tactics. I love watching Sharky perform, and I love watching young girls watch her perform, because it is such a departure from, you have to be a big guy to be scary. So Sharky, I love you.
Aww.
She's gonna
Looking
cry.
at some of
She's
my
gonna-
characters.
She said she's gonna
John,
cry.
you're gonna make her cry. Aww.
And that's a kid, and I'll say this to any actors out there, like, I get it every year at auditions. We have hundreds of people audition, and everybody wants to be a front of house actor. I hear it from everybody. I don't give that out. That must be earned. And Alex is a perfect example of that. She was a maniac working in a maniac cage, like all new kids. Like, it was a nice way to put new kids in a place to work together. And she slowly worked her way out of that cage, to the point where I saw her performing one night, and I'm like, hey, that kid's really good. And I remember having a meeting. I'm like, I think we should put her outside.
Oh, wow.
And everyone was like, really? The little girl? And I'm like, yeah. I think she's gonna do crazy shit out there. I think it's gonna be great. But it was her working her way up. She started in a small space, then she was given a bigger footprint on the floor, then she was given a room to really work. And it was through those movements, that dedication, that character work, that the things she would do night after night after night, is the reason she became a front of house actor. I do not hire people out of the gate and make them front of house actors. I hardly care what they've done before. Here, you earn it. And so I love seeing that. I love seeing that about her.
Very cool. All right, go ahead and ask this one, Melissa.
Do
One
you have
of my
any,
favorite questions.
Do you have any go-to snacks, drinks before or after the haunt?
Yeah, I am a extra large cold brew with cream, the heart attack size. Like, I must have one of those before the show starts. Yeah, that's my. If I don't have one of those, it ain't happening.
Or like what? 3 shots of espresso that Alex has? Is that what he has?
Oh,
She
yeah.
has three
Something
espressos?
insane.
Oh, she has a Trenta.
A Trenta.
That's it. That's what Trenta.
Trenta,
That's right.
yeah.
That's what she has.
Heart attack size.
Yeah. So that's a lot of caffeine. I think you need that much caffeine to go throughout the night. So yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's a long nights here. He's a long
Yeah.
nights here. And I mean, honestly, like we get done with the show and we still have 3 hours of stuff going on after that. So
Wow.
yeah, these are long nights.
Nice. All right. So I don't even know what you're going to say to this, but what items, and go ahead and put this in the chat as well. What items would someone need to put in a summoning circle to summon you? I think one of them was Magic the Gathering. I heard you make a comment about Magic cards.
The Gathering.
Magic the Gathering?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to play that.
See, I knew it. He was in a video and he said something
Magic cards. Someone said something about magic, and you said something about magic tricks.
No,
and
I'm
Gathering.
literally talking about Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh, okay. So we were talking
continuity.
about
He's in a video and he's like, I want to buy this prop. I'm gonna sell some of my Magic cards. I was like, ah.
Yeah, we did talk about magic cards last time.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to tell the world what they need to summon me. But
the heart attack
I tell
coffee.
you what, my hiking
heart attack
shoes.
coffee.
Yeah,
I
you
tell
can
you
choose.
what, my hiking shoes. You know, those are very important to me. I'm a big hiker. I love hiking.
Okay.
It's where I do all my thinking, all of that. God, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go to the viewers on this one on what they think. But yeah, my coffee mug. I don't go anywhere without my coffee mug. I don't go anywhere without my water bottle. Hydrate. Drink a gallon a day. And I would probably say a Pro Bar meal bar. These are the things I have on me at all times. My hiking shoes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess those things.
In danger.
Danger.
Yeah, something scary.
Parachutes.
Yeah.
Bungee jumping.
An adventure travel book. That's how I pick all my vacations. Is I go through the adventure travel book and find the shit that looks really super scary and go do that.
Jumping out of a plane, yeah. That's where you're gonna find John.
There's a helicopter that you can bungee jump out of into an active volcano.
We'll see John doing that one day.
That's on my list.
Let us know. We will watch it from YouTube. All right, next one here. Okay, how do you measure success?
How do I measure success? I said something to myself a long time ago when I was a kid, younger. I just wanted to have a life that when I went to bed at the end of the night, I was excited about what I got to do tomorrow.
Aww.
And when I woke up out of bed, I was happy to be awake to go do what I was about to do. That's kind of always been my test there. Am I enjoying the days I'm spending on this planet? Because none of us get enough of them. So that's it. I look at it that way. I'm always trying to get new experiences, new adventures, spend time with people. I've never been a sports car flashy guy. I don't have expensive toys, but I got really good hiking shoes and a backpack that's seen the world, and lots of photos of amazing people that I've gotten to meet, spend time with, live my life with. I think my photo albums are kind of like how I measure success. Awesome. The people I've gotten to spend this life with and the places I've gotten to go to.
Good.
Very cool. All
right.
That's a really good answer.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Always have things to look forward to. Mm-hmm. That's good. All right, a bonus question here. Now, this one we crowdsourced, and I'm gonna set this one up a little bit because I think Alex is watching. I asked Alex, I was like, "Hey, here is what I'm gonna ask John. What do you think? Is there anything that you want to ask him or whatever?" And she was cool with the questions, but she did not know about the shark on the trophy, the shark head on the trophy thing, and I was like, "What?" So I took Sharky and I mounted Sharky's head on a trophy thing, and she asked a question, and I don't know, this must be some kind of inside joke, but is it true that you can't sink a farm?
Oh God! First of all, no, it's not true. You can sink a farm. It comes from the fact that I used to have a haunted house, at Navy Pier on a barge, and a 100-year storm came,
Oh, geez.
and 23-foot waves lifted up my haunted house and smashed it to bits, and it sank to the bottom of Lake Michigan.
Oh wow.
And I lost everything. Life savings gone. Everything's at the bottom of the lake. It was awful. And so the kids at Statesville, because we've always done 2 shows, and so the next year everyone was at Statesville, and that was the slogan. You can't sink a farm.
That's awesome.
Because I did in fact sink a haunted house.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Not a lot of people can say that.
My hubris did.
That's one for the books there, John.
Yeah.
Cameron Pierce here says John's about to get Anthony to make that as an actual prop for in the show. Watch.
I think that would be awesome. We make an actual.
You can mount it right next to the shark head.
Right next to the
shark head, sharky head.
Sharky head.
That would be perfect. Perfect placement.
That's awesome.
I look forward to seeing that.
And then on the third one would be a little hand puppet shark too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big, medium, small. Nice. Well, I think that you have made it through our 10 questions.
Woo!
Good job.
10
John. Questions and bonus questions. Thank you, Alex, for reviewing and making sure I wasn't, making an idiot out of myself. I do enough of that. Very cool, man. Well, I'm gonna bring up the website one more time,
Sure.
just so everybody can see it. If you want to learn anything more about Zombie Army Productions, Hell's Gate, if you want to revisit the Statesville information, that kind of stuff, definitely go in and check out the page here. Look up Zombie Army Productions on YouTube, where you can watch all the really cool videos. I literally just started. I'm like 2 or 3 in, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. But I love the style and love the energy of it.
Thanks.
It's like a haunt reality show. It's really good.
And you got 10 years worth of episodes to watch. So
God.
I'm good for the next 10 years.
I just finished Boardwalk Empire, so now I have a new show to watch, and I don't have anything to watch on Sunday nights anymore because Succession.
Did you see the new season of Black Mirror?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's amazing.
It was amazing. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. All right. Very, very cool. Go to Zombie Army Productions. Where can we catch you next? Are you doing any conventions or anything coming up?
I will be doing Flashback Weekend, Chicago HorrorCon in August. I'll be working there. We help out. We help produce some of the parties and stuff like that with them. The Zombie Army bus will be there. But for the most part, I just got done doing a play, and I've got a movie that's on the film festival tour right now, so I've been doing a lot with that. And today is the day I actually moved back into my office. I've been driving down back and forth to work, of course, but I really like to sleep at Hell's Gate. So I got my fresh sheets out. I'm moving in. I got my food. I got my coffee. And I am going to spend the better part of the rest of this summer living at Hell's Gate and just getting ready for October, because it is coming way too soon for me. And there's so much more I want to have done before the show starts.
Build me a cabin. I'm going to move into it.
Yeah, it's a big cabin. It's move-inable.
That's awesome. Really cool.
When are we in the Chicago haunts?
When are we going to do Chicago
we're going to
again?
do Chicago for the road trip.
Or
like the Midwest.
Yeah, we'll circle back through there in another year or so. Or we'll figure out. Next year we're going to start doing 2 road trips a year, so we can start doing more stuff. So, but yeah, we will definitely be making our way there, because there are certain haunts that I've got a chance to experience myself that I'm like, oh my God, I have to share this with my crew. So that Hell's Gate's definitely on the list. Yeah, very cool. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and start to wind this down there, John. Can't wait to see you in person again at Transworld or something like that. I'm sure we'll come by and say hi now that we know each other.
Oh, I can't wait to meet you. I don't think I've ever met you.
We'll get you
meet in real life.
Yes.
We'll get you a mini buki that you can have.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes, we do. We give those out to all the cool people.
Do you go to Transworld every year?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Big booths at Transworld.
Okay.
I'm usually the one running around like a crazy person. Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Breaking my budget every single year.
Oh, man.
Every year I say I'm going to stay on budget.
Well,
and every year I usually blow my budget by lunch on Thursday.
Yeah, what you need to do is just set your budget way high, and then when you spend the actual budget, then people are like, oh my god, he actually spent under budget.
No. I set it way high, and then I
and
buy
you still
dragons,
go
and I
over
go
it.
And then he buys
right
dragons.
past it.
Dragons.
I have no respect for myself when it comes to that. I tell myself this is how the business is going to be run, and then the 12-year-old boy inside of me just goes, wee!
We buy everything. That's how I am with
just
Halloween.
buy
shirts.
everything because it's all so much fun.
Yeah.
And I know so many of the vendors there that I just get so excited about all the stuff that they make. So, yeah,
cool.
I'm a big fan of Transworld.
Oh man, that's so cool.
You do Midwestern too?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
I
you do
did,
Midwestern
yeah,
too,
I
right?
did.
Okay.
I did I do lots of the hosting there. So
Okay.
I'm the MC for the costume ball, and I
Oh,
do some
cool.
hosting for the stage shows, and yeah, we do lots
Very
of stuff
cool.
with MHC. Yeah, it's in our town. It's like
Yeah, it's
you're
right
in
there in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
yeah, and if
Very
you're in
cool.
Chicago and it's horror related, Zombie Army is going to be part of it.
Oh, cool.
We're
cool.
big fans of being key parts of the community. We're big fans of it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Very cool. All right, any shout outs? Anybody you want to say hi to or bye to?
Bye, Alex. Good to see you, Alex. Good to see you.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I will say for the audience, we got new episodes of Days of the Living Dead dropping this September. So go to daysofTheLivingDead.com. Follow us on Instagram and on Facebook for that. And HellsGate.com. I'm now in the phase of dropping photos on our Facebook. So check out Fear Hell's Gate on Facebook and Instagram. And I will be loading up behind the scenes photos because I live here now. And I like sharing what we're doing every day. I got a great crew and they're kicking ass and we're building great stuff. So follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And hopefully I'll see you guys all out here in October.
And once again, here is the information. I probably should have brought this up 2 seconds ago. I was trying to load the Days of the Dead page there, which you can check out. But once again, the hub of everything, zombiearmyproductions.com. You can literally get to everything from there. So definitely bookmark that, visit that. If you go to Hell's Gate or any of the events, make sure you let them know that you saw it on HauntScene, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's also a really cool video on YouTube that I would highly recommend by our friends from the Grim Life Collective. They did like a little walkthrough thing if you want to get a little preview of the haunt with the lights on. Not too spoilerish, but it's really, really cool to see that stuff with the lights on. But yeah, check that out. Awesome. All right. Well, that was a fun show.
That was a good fun.
With a significant lack of technical issues.
Yeah, good job.
All right. So last year
Well
we had
done.
some
Well
weird
done.
audio filter turned on, and it made our audio sound weird. So very
Oy.
cool. But we're good now. So we can't wait to run into you in person, and we can't wait to make our way back up to Hell's Gate very, very soon. But thank you for taking some time out tonight to be on our show. We're going to put this out on YouTube and all that stuff. So
Great.
we really appreciate it.
I will make
John.
sure we share it on all of our platforms. This has been a lot of fun, so thank you. We'll make sure we try to boost that frequency on our side as well.
We love you too.
That would be great.
I'm gonna bring you a quadruple latte or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about coffee. I'll get her to set up
Double
the
the
coffee.
heart attack coffee.
Yeah, that one.
Gotcha. We gotcha.
Very cool. All right, John. Thank you so much. Hang out on Zoom for a few minutes. We're gonna wrap it up our show, and we'll be right back with you. Okay?
You got it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. That was awesome. I'm so glad we got to do that show.
Yay!
Yeah.
Me too.
That was
a lot of
really
fun.
cool.
It was
Yeah,
a
good,
lot of
good.
fun talking to him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I love talking about the haunt too.
I love
It's
talking
a lot
about the
of fun.
haunt, and you can tell that he is not just a haunter, but he's a huge fan.
Yes.
It's almost like I'm not sure if he's more of a haunter or more of a fan. Or are they those two things compete with each
He's
other?
very passionate. I love
I
that.
know.
I love his
It's
energy.
infectious. It's
I
like I want to go
love
to Hell's Gate right now.
it. So enthusiastic.
We're in
I love it.
Orlando. We don't get seasons
Let's go
here.
right now. Let's go to Chicago right now.
Let's go.
Bring it. Let's go.
I mean, there wouldn't be much to do.
No.
Eat Chicago style pizza.
We get Portillo's
We
in
have
Chicago.
Portillo's here now.
Yeah, but it's
All right.
Chicago hot dogs in Chicago.
All right, we're going to go ahead and wind this down. Thank you all for watching. We do appreciate every single one of you. You are all amazing for supporting HauntScene. We do appreciate that. How many more shows do we have left before the Haunt season shows?
So we have all of July, and then August we start so another month.
Yep, we got one more month of normal shows. So let's go ahead and take a look here. We have 3 shows coming up in July. We got Courtney McIntyre from Studio 1031 Concepts, our good friend. I'm pretty sure he's coming into the studio.
Yeah.
That will be awesome. Love talking to Courtney. He's been on the show a couple times.
Jake Jarvie.
Really excited about talking to Jake Jarvie. Remember that trailer I shared a couple weeks ago, that Haunt season trailer?
Yeah.
That he's the director.
Oh, yes.
So
yes,
we're going
yes,
to
yes,
talk to him.
yes.
That
I'm very
is going to be
excited. I'm
awesome.
very
Super
excited.
excited about that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have our friends Tampa Jane, Krista Girl in the studio as well to do like the pre-Haunt season preview.
And then all of August,
preview.
we have the
all August
Haunt
we are still working on filling some spots here for the Haunt previews, but yeah, we will be talking about haunts all August. All right, a couple things. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. We do appreciate everybody that supports us on Patreon. Thank you so much. Helps keeps the lights on for HauntScene. 100% of everything donated goes right back into the show to pay for Zoom and all the things. Make sure you follow our journey. We are really easy. We are HauntScene on everything. We've had a really insane week on Instagram and YouTube this week with growth. So thank you to everybody that's found us recently, especially on YouTube. Oh my God, we gained like lots of subscribers over this last month. So I want to give a shout out to Sherry, who's our resident vlogger, doing a great job with the videos. So continue to do the awesome stuff. Remember, you can sponsor HauntScene. Just reach out to us. We will figure that out. We'll probably get into this like more next season, but we do appreciate anybody that is interested in that. And yeah, so look for the show in July. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And where are we going now?
Waffle House.
Let me go to Waffle House.
Yay! Food.
All right. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate you. Thank you, John, once again. Till next time, spook easy.
As always, happy haunting. Have a good night.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Give me some treats.